Welcome back to Grip Garage. Work continues on the 72 Chevelle known as Independence. Tom's back, and today we're going to gut the interior out. We're going to snip a harness bar in this thing. Quick summary of the old girl and then we'll get started. You might remember these tires. They're from Rocky, the 69 Chevelle we saved. We just threw them on for now. We got to move it around. This is just sitting in here and it's not even close to being, you know, a restoration quality piece. Nothing lines up in here at all. So I'm going to do the right thing and just weld it in. And I'll make some flappers over here. You know, she was close, but not quite. And we've, you know, snipped off the front end, pulled the 350 transmission out of it. This is going to be our core. That's a 454 out of a 3/4 ton pickup. And we started cleaning up the frame and stuff. I think we're going to put some disc brakes on this thing. But today we're going to gut this out. We're going to get the seat out. The headliner's, you know, she's perfect, but we're going to get rid of that. And the back deck lid. And we got some 6x9s. You know, Warren G would be proud, but we're going to get rid of those. Then we're going to clean it up and start measuring and get this harness bar put in here. But first, I think we're going to snag these doors off. Then a guy doesn't have to get his belly around them, you know, 1,000 times. We get more room to shoot parts and stuff in there. And it's pretty easy once you get the fenders off. Just snip these out. And then they just, you know, slam on the ground and we'll drag them out of here. What you doing?
Tighten it first. No.
And I think if I just, you know, open the handle. This will be much easier to work in like that, for sure. This thing's messier than a celebrity divorce, but we'll get her cleaned up. I don't even know what this is. I don't know. And, you know, this rust-free car, other than the trunk and the quarter panels, we've got some speed holes up here, and looks like a hip vent. I might keep this one. Maybe not. I don't know. Get the seat belts out of here. Oh shoot, I thought that was a quarter. Trim ring. Guy can keep that, I guess. That's the box that the carburetor came in that I got out of it. GM was kind enough to use these 97-point star socket thingies for the seat belts, and someone conveniently snapped one off into this seat belt, so I kind of see the gas axe coming out here, but we'll try the handy vice grip on it first, see what happens. Some good news, there's no rust holes, you know, in this area. And also, I got this out with the vice grips. Kind of just, you know, took the whole floor with it. And this is fine, you know. A couple license plates. How to patch that up. We need to cut a hole in here anyway for the bar, so. Here's how you get these stubborn things out. Just weld a nut on them, and while they're still hot, hit them, they'll come out. But this one over here she's, you know, just spinning on the floor. I think we got some, you know, similar hip vents going on over there. So we're either going to light it on fire until everything's gone and then cut it out, or maybe use a Sawzall. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe just kick it. Well, we just confirmed that this is a Guys Forever car because we found a car phone parking sign. You know, she's patching up the floor back here. So I'm going to leave this. This all looks really good. But I think we're going to torch these out because, you know, just get them out of here. I plan on maybe like painting or pour 15 or something on the floor once we get her patched up. And then we'll start cleaning and getting all the old sound deadening and all that other stuff as soon as I get those out. Fast forward an hour, a couple guys got her pretty well cleaned out. And you know, it escalated quickly and there were some death wheels involved and got rid of some rust. And then we took a license plate here and traced out where we're going to dip down into the floor. You can see the frame rail here runs about like this. And this is too big, but that's okay. We'll give us some room in here to clean up the frame and weld. But I'm wanting that tube. It's probably going to end up back in here actually. But I got 74 metric tons of metal to put in here anyway, so I don't really mind going big over there. And we did find some more, you know, feet ventilation. And then there's about 87 million pinholes through the floor over there. She's a little bit squishy. Just gotta, you know, be gentle. There's a giant mouse nest, right? Not so much here, it's right there. Oh God. It's fine. Everything's fine. You just gotta dip in, dip out. Then you just gotta get back out. Well, I think we found the smell in the car. I need to get those bows out. How do they work? Push it towards me. Just give her some Stallone. There you go. Well, there's 1 of 5, so that's good. I like how the car doesn't move on the frame. Oh, got me right in the belly. Well, we're getting about 94 liters of this stuff out of the ceiling. And I'm pretty sure this is where the smell is coming from. Yeah, it's definitely this. Well, the headliner's out. And I did feel antivirus enter my body about 4 times. I know the exact moment when. And then we kind of squished this in here. It was about 3 inches too wide on the bottom, or wider on the bottom than here. So we put it in the custom pipe bender, which is the receiver hitch on the pickup. And we brought her around. But there's where we're at, and she's too tall, which they do this intentionally. And that gives you a couple shots to get this angle right down here. But we're gonna end up taking about that much off. And I want this hoop, you know, we're gonna bring it up to about right here. which you guys probably can't see. There's like 4 liters from there to here, is what I'm saying, or 98 centimeters. And once we get this kind of tacked into place, then we'll start worrying about our struts back here. Well, we measured once from here up to, into here, and we want to do that, so we cut twice. And then we got our chop saw leveler 4000s. This is adjusted, and we're plumb and square and level, and I got her marked up. And then we come over here, and when Tom stands on this side, it gives us the 2/32 we need over here. And even though that's a 1/2 inch taller deck, it's actually level coming across here because of the grade, There's geometry involved in this. And we're just going to lop this off and try to do the same on that side. See what we got in the car, and then probably just, redo it. Great. Bring the thunder. Well, the guy's got the hoop welded in here down to the frame, and then I got the seat cross member. She's just friction fit jammed in here right now, and I don't have a tubing notcher or anything set up in my drill press or nothing fancy like that. But I'm going to show you how to make these fish mouths with just a chop saw and a little bit of magic with the flap disc, and it's really not that hard. So I'm going to burn this bar in really quick, and then we're going to do the back struts here, which is going to come back to the trunk, right into the frame back here. But I want to get this hoop all finished first, and then we'll move on to that. Well, I got this Zeused in. Looks pretty good. Just a reminder, don't go grinding on your welds now if you're trying to get your cage certified. That's a big no-no. I'm using the Lincoln LE31 over there. Actually, I've had a lot of questions on this. Let me show you this really quick. In my opinion, this is the best welder you're going to get running off a 110. A lot of us guys don't have the 220 in the garage, But even guys like me can't mess this up. It's got your setup procedures over here. It's got your gas, your wire thickness, material thickness, it's color coded and all that. It's even got techniques in the door. And what I like for the front here, you just pick your process, your heat and your wire, and you just start burning stuff in, and the thing does really, really good. Well, the guy's got to fabricate the back struts here, and we're just going to take your standard issue pipe organ 300 and turn it into something like this. She's got a fish mouth on one end that right into the hoop, and then down here, that's about a 61.4 degree angle, give or take 17 degrees. And I've just got a chop saw and a flap disc, but if you want to go buy a tubing notcher or something for your drill press, go ahead. But I just don't have the budget, Anyway, I'm going to walk you through this. First thing we're going to start with is this notch right here. And to get the best results, you want a real even, clean work surface. And I use my floor evener 200 with the optional 400 attachment, and that seems to get her in there just right. But we're going to start with just 2 45 degree angle cuts and the chop saw here, and then we'll do some weep, weep with the old flap disc. About the only thing a guy's got to pay attention to here now is the clocking or orientation of this pipe. If you start cutting angles and you're not doing it at the same orientation, you're going to get, I don't know, there's geometry or something. Basically, you're not going to get that angle on the machine. See this line running down this pipe? You see it yet? It's right here. Yeah, this one. That was made when it went through the old let's make a pipe machine, and it stretches all the way down this here, and most of them have this unless you're getting real high quality steel. And a trick I picked up over the years is we can use this for our 12 o'clock position on this end when we start cutting our angles in. And then when we shoot down here, we know for sure that that mark is the 12 o'clock position in relation to this.
Otherwise, you got to do a bunch of measuring and calculations and just a lot of things I don't know how to do down there. So go ahead and use that. So we're going to go ahead and just blast 245s in this and get to grinding. Well, here's what a guy ended up with right here. And then I've got a piece of scrap, and that's going to go like that. And clearly that's no worky. So we got to do some finessing here. And the goal is to get this pipe at least a third, or as far as we can, up into this pipe for the old integrity, you know. And we don't want to change the wall thickness a whole bunch, because that just defeats the purpose. So what we're going to do is just get a worn out flap disc, open this up a little bit and round these points off, and that'll allow that pipe to, you know, she's going to set in here a little bit more. Do I got noise out of this? Yep. So we're getting really close. I just got to take about 9 feet off of this one and 12 feet prospectively down here. Well, there we go. And then if I put my piece on here, that'll weld up nice. Just take your time and you'll get there. Don't change this depth and don't change your angles. Just slowly bring these back. Keep them nice and round and she'll plop right in. So now more of the difficult part is we got to get that same angle and the same length as the other one. I stuck both these in the vise. Then I took my Make It the Samer and my Tanya Harding here and just, you know, give it a couple love tickles. And you'll feel it when they're, you know, together. It's nice and solid here. And then down here, we just auto-magically got the angle. And we also got our, you know, right here. So I'm going to get the paint marker out and just make about 17 different marks that I'll forget by the time I get to the chop saw. And then I'll just end up guessing and lop it off. I set this up down here just so I got, you know, it's doing that. And I had to take this bolt out up here and put this thing into the danger zone. And then I traced around it with the marker because she's likely to get squirrely on me. This looks pretty good. And just a reminder, when you're cutting on this sharp of an angle, this pipe's going to want to just get drawn and shoot right through there. So you really got to lean on her with last night's dinner, you know. And if it's your first pipe, this is the one I did, the first one. I took 2 slices out of her. It's better to go long because you ain't going to add back into this puppy. So second one, I'm about 14% confident, so I'm just going to send it. Hey, Derek. Yep. Are you sure about this? Not even close, but... Okay, well, let's just let her go. See what happens. I'll be dipped. Well, there we go. We got 2 pipes that are identical. Now, we got to get them welded in down here, and they designed these to come right through the bottom of this little right here. And the difficulty is, I don't have anybody to hold it on the hoop. And instead of waiting 20 minutes and calling somebody, I'm just going to struggle for an hour and do it myself. And my plan, if I ever had one, is just run her through, and I can push it tight against the hoop, just eyeball her, you know. And then I'm going to zzz down here just a little bit. Then I can come back up in here and get this squared up on the hoop up here, and just a little tack. Then I'll come back here and we're going to send her home. I'm going to give her all the heat. So I guess I'm going to start by just sanding these down a little bit and get some fresh metal coming through. Hopefully I'm not just going to blow holes through this stuff, but it seems to be fairly solid-ish. No, it's rotten. Well, I did end up finding some sort of magnetic device And that's holding that nice in here, and then A-bodies are easy, you just shoot the gap back there. And that brings her down right where you want her. Right there. And if it's a real roll cage, you're going to scoot it over and jam right into the frame rail. But these shock towers, they got plenty of support, and this is just a harness bar. So that's going to work fine. And this device here is going to keep me 90 degrees to the hoop up here. So I think I'll tack her in the back, and then like I say, I'll tack her in the front, and then just well, there we go, fellers. She's in there like super glue on your fingers. And these were not too bad. It was a little bit difficult getting, you know, up on the top side, but got her done. On the next episode, I started patching. We're going to finish that. Throw some license plates in here. I'm going to paint this up. We're even going to paint this. And then I got some seats we're going to put in. And then we're going to start preparing for the shifter. And I got a kind of a special brake setup I'm going to put in here and try out. I think I got some egg sandwich in my beard. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video here. If you're not subscribed, you should probably do that. We've got many, many more coming all the way down to a big block for this thing. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.